Good afternoon from A Moment's Peace Day Spa. I'm Joe Hunk. News around the NFL, especially with Carolina Panthers. They have fired head coach Frank Reich after going 1-10 on the season and 0-6. You know, that team that the Titans beat yesterday. But he's not the only one getting fired. In fact, the Panthers have also fired quarterback coach Josh McCown and assistant head coach Deuce Staley. The Jaguars announced just a little while ago that offensive tackle Cam Robinson is expected to miss 3 to 6 weeks, but the Jags expect him to be back for the playoffs, barring a setback, meaning he will miss that game against the Titans to wrap up the season. And earlier today, Middle Tennessee announced that they are fired longtime head coach Rick Stockstill. He finishes his 18 seasons in Middle Tennessee with a 113 and 111 record. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, as well as home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Welcome into 3HL right here on 104.5 The Zone. We locked and loaded, people, on this, what do we call this? What is it, Reaction Monday?
Oh, I was going to say Winning Monday.
Okay, Victory Monday.
Victory Monday.
Slade, we've only had 4 of these, okay? We need to take advantage.
It's been a minute since we have. I forgot what you even call this. You know?
And they're usually at home.
Yes, they are. And this one was at home. What's happening, good people? Welcome into 3HL. You've been rocking and rolling with us on The Zone today. Make sure you join in on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
That's right, man. Powered by the one and only Spring Hill Heating and Cooling. That's who we're rocking and rolling with. You can also get in on the goods on the F&M Bank Chat, which has been popping today. I mean, it has been overcrowded with people with all kind of opinions.
There's so much to talk about.
It's a lot, Babs.
We've got coaches fired in the NFL and college. We've got a Titans win. We've got opinions on the Titans offensive line, on Will Levis. We've got all of this. You know, Tennessee wrapped up their regular season, 8-4 record. The Iron Bowl. What else? Just a ton going on. You've got players who have announced that they're hitting the transfer portal already. I saw earlier today Ken Seals, one of them, after he gets his degree at Vanderbilt and now has 2 years left. So he'll hit the portal. Will Rogers hitting the portal. This is going to be a fascinating transfer portal when it comes to the quarterback position, big time this year.
It absolutely will. And it's almost it's starting to look like when you talk about the landscape of college football, which we will have Chris Lowe on later on today.
5:20.
5:20 today.
Yes, sir.
You start to wonder, can you really talk about upsets anymore? What is an upset? You know, outside of the prestige of the school or the ranking, because the playing field is being leveled. You know what I'm saying, with this transfer portal and things of that
especially
nature.
At the quarterback position.
Yeah, especially
That's
at
what's
that
leveled
spot.
It. Yeah. I do want to tell everybody, though, we are live here at A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. And, I love this place. Oh, my gosh. You just walk in, and it smells so good. Yeah. And it's so, warm and toasty in here. And it makes me just want to, crawl in a massage bed and take a nap and not do a show. But, but seriously, if you are looking for a good gift and you want to go ahead and knock it out and be done with it and not have to worry about the holiday season, you can achieve hero status by stopping by to say hi to us.
Yes.
And also maybe grabbing a gift card or a gift from A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. We are right across Interstate 65 in Cool Springs, right across from Galleria Mall there. And we're at the corner of Carruthers Parkway and Bakers Bridge Avenue. Super easy to get here. There's plenty of parking out there. You can pop in, pop out, or you can come and hang out with us in the nail salon here right now. That's we are broadcasting live from A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. I always talk about all of the different things that they have all under one roof here.
Things that are being added to.
Yes.
Slayscape being one, but go ahead.
The Slayscape apparently is available. Yeah, there you go. But massages and manicures, pedicures. Pedicures are done right in there. And I know that Oh, I see them through the crack in
Do
the
you?
door. Yeah, they're like, who are those
Yeah,
fools
what are you
out there?
talking about?
I know if I walked in there and took off my Uggs because it's Ugg season, they would be like, what is wrong with you and why have you not come to see us earlier? You need to fix those feet.
But guess what, though? There's a lot of people out there, like, just been hidden away, Babs, that they want to get out here. So guess what you can do? Come out here and get a gift certificate, gift card, whatever you got going on.
They have
get it,
a
and
bunch
it's
of cute
Christmas.
stuff in this store, too.
Yeah.
Like, every time, we always come and do a live show here at A Moment's Peace, and every time I always look in there and find something to buy my mother-in-law for Christmas because
Smart.
there's so many good things. So
I got Chris a massage last time. Didn't know it. She loved it.
she did,
My,
yeah.
my
massage is
wife, the
crazy.
moment she saw us
That's
post the
right.
post that came out that said we was going to be here,
Yep.
she sent me a text and said, "So you guys are going to be at A Moment's Peace?"
Yeah. Makes
She
sense.
did.
So what are you bringing
Yeah.
me back?
And that's exactly because I got it for her Christmas present.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
she got
did,
the massage.
Now she did the maternity,
Yep.
right?
She did get the maternity one, and she said it was hands down the best massage she's ever had in her life.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. That's
So,
what they do.
I
Yeah.
did the last time I did the Hydra facial,
Mm-hmm.
and like I'm not one of those people that gets a facial every week.
Right.
Like I normally I kind of don't like them, and I
Yeah.
need to take better care of my skin, and I don't. So if you're a
And
woman
all
out
kind
there,
of elements and stuff, Babs.
I
Rain,
know,
snow,
I know. And,
cold.
I mean, there are nights where like I can't believe I'm admitting this, but there are nights, if you have too much wine, I don't even wash my face at night. So I'm one of those people that all the ladies in there are like, oh my gosh, listen to her. But on a serious note, I did the Hydra facial. And I don't think my skin has ever looked that good, ever.
Yeah.
And all the impurities that she pulled out of my face was, oh, you would have died if you saw it. But it was amazing. So that's also an option. And I seriously loved it. And I normally don't love facials.
Oh, that's a good thing.
So there you go. Moments Peace Salon and Day Spa. We will be here till 6.
Yep.
So come see us.
Come
hang
out here,
out.
join us.
Say hi. Even if you don't want to buy anything, you can come smell
Which
the
is gonna be hard to do.
Beautiful. It
Yeah.
will be hard to do, but you can smell the beautiful lobby, and it'll put you in a better mood instantly. You can sit and hang with us for a little bit.
Absolutely. Curb got the van parked outside, too, so it's not hard to notice.
Yeah, you will see it. Okay, Slay. So how did you take in this weekend's festivities? I know Sunday you had your tailgate, but
Yep. Sunday was the tailgate. There was a lot of room left at the tailgate because Carolina does not travel. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
kind of figured that.
well,
you know?
and I don't. Titans fans didn't really show up.
No, they
did
didn't.
They,
They
Yeah.
didn't.
It was
they
raining
didn't.
and-
Yeah, and then it kind
Kinda
of cleared
chilly.
up at the end, but it was like, okay, it's just a little kickstart to next week because the Colts will be in town and it'll be a little bit
Better show up for the
Yeah,
Colts.
better show. Going into the Thanksgiving, man, Thanksgiving was great. Spent it with family, friends. That was cool. Didn't have to clean up. We went up to Opryland, got the room there, and got a parlor suite there, and just stay low key. That way you ain't got to
that's
clean up.
fancy.
You ain't got to clean up. You know what I mean? Kids can run around and go swimming, do whatever they want to do. Gives
And
you
they have
more
the
time
water
to
park
yourself.
there, right? The
Exactly, the
indoor-
indoor
yeah.
zone. So did that. Then UT got a victory. Good to see them seniors go out on top. Joe Milton had a hell of a game. He saved, I guess, his best for last. Not saved. He had his best game for last. So yeah,
You can say saved
we
his best
could
for
have
last.
used that a little early in the season, but
Right.
salute to him, man. Cooper Mays, I thought was the biggest thing walking out of there. Him not partaking in the senior festivities as far as senior walk and going out there getting the jersey and everything. So that's good.
He didn't do it.
No, he didn't do it.
which means he's coming back.
Hello.
Because
that's
otherwise-
Cooper Mays. It's Cooper Mays. Cade Mays. Cade Mays is with Carolina.
Yeah, Cade
Yeah.
Mays. Yeah, Cade
Cade
Mays.
Mays got
Cade
hurt.
Mays. Yeah, Cade Mays is the one
Yeah.
that got hurt in the second half.
Cooper
last
Mays, though.
year.
Yeah, Cooper Mays being a center coming back as centerpiece would be great for Nico. You think you want to have somebody that knows what's going on up front. So went on and spanked Candy up, got them out the way. And then I just want to go back to this real quick.
48-24
Yeah,
was the final.
Yeah, it should have been worse. So I commend Vanderbilt.
I didn't get to watch the game.
I commend
yet.
Vanderbilt for playing hard and going out there. And some things to touch on from that game. We'll do it later in the week, though. I know that's going to be my throw punch Thursday. The
Oh.
officiating crew in that group, in that game, was horrific. Like, they let
Shoot,
it get
you
out of
could
control.
say that about the Titans on
that
through on
was
Sunday,
horrific,
too.
too. I think they just traveled from Knoxville and came down here and officiated that game. It was horrible, man.
Why it was like that
Bad.
all across this
Bad.
weekend though.
Very bad.
Why was it so bad?
I
And
don't
you
know
know
what the
me,
drop-off
I
is. Yeah.
protect these.
I'm with you.
because I'm like,
with
listen,
you.
I stand on these sidelines every
Yup.
single Saturday, and I cannot tell you how hard it is to do their job with how
Yes.
fast and
Yes.
physical this game is.
And they're
that's in
humans.
college,
Like,
and times that
yeah.
by 80 in the NFL,
Yep,
right?
you're absolutely right. It was bad, though.
But I just.
It was bad.
Man.
It was bad, Babsy. So you got that taking place. And I just want to note, looking at it, I said that Hugh Freeze was going to get a signature win, and it was going to come against Alabama. And I said everything was
right now, Slay.
I'm saying everything was aligning perfectly. And I even text y'all and I said WDE exclamation exclamation exclamation. For the people that are just tuning in and don't know what WD is, that is War Damn Eagle. That stands for Auburn. Is that battle cry? What's your battle cry? Yeah, so battle cry for you guys. See, I'm learning. Battle cry for you guys. I'm War Damn Eagle and the devil. I'm like, yeah, it's going down 4th and 31.
4th and 31. So let me let you in on this. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Babsy.
This
is
wrong time to bring this up. Wrong time to bring this up.
So
she went to Auburn.
And I just saw Alabama last week. So
yes.
Watching now, granted, they played Chattanooga. I mean, different level, right? But watching Alabama, I'm like, there's no way that Auburn has a chance in this Iron Bowl. But then I'm like, you never know, it's rivalry. But I felt like Alabama was just clicking. Jalen Milroe, just how he's playing and how they changed the offense for him and how comfortable he feels. I just thought, it's not going to be one of those rivalry games, right? It's not. So I worked the Cincinnati-Kansas game, which was a 7:30 Eastern kick. So I got to watch like the first half. And then once I got to the stadium, I could watch a little bit, but then I had to actually do work down on the field. So I was listening for a little bit and then had to turn it off to go talk to coaches and players and do my warm-up stuff. So I'm getting like updates from my producer and director and my staff in my IFB, in my ear as I'm working pregame for my game. And so they tell me what happens, right? And of course I'm like, beep beep beep, beep beep, whatever. I'm pissed off, but I never saw the play until after my game, and I got back to the hotel, and then I saw it.
The 10th anniversary of the kick six. Hunk is waddling in pain and misery over there because he's an Auburn fan as well. So I mean,
I also live in a split house.
Yeah, your wife's an Alabama
She's so weird.
fan.
I forgot about that tour. Well, I should have texted Tori.
No. It's not just that. Seriously, when our son was born in 2018, she goes, all right, whoever wins the Iron Bowl, that's the team he cheers for. And I went, no, I'm not making that bet. So we didn't say anything this year. We didn't say anything. So I'm sitting there the whole time. Auburn's up.
You have a brand new baby
It's a
girl.
brand new baby. This is her first Iron Bowl, and I'm sitting there, and I'm going, okay, I'm not going to say anything. But, man, if Auburn wins, I'm going to say it.
I had it.
Yeah. No.
I hope you didn't say anything before that play.
No, I did not. I did not. There's a lot more to what happened there that we can't talk about because we need to get to break.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
But sad thing was, I was calling it every single time. Yeah. Oh, cool! Look, it's 3rd and 20. Bama's still going to get this.
Yeah.
It's 4th and 1. Oh, they're still going to get this. Oh, it's 3rd and goal. They're still going to get it. And I kept saying it, knowing.
Okay, but 4th and 31.
Again,
no,
but see, and here's the other thing.
I'm sorry.
Here's the other thing. This is just a word to everybody. It Titans as well as Auburn. Just because you are a punt returner does not mean that you actually have to try to catch the ball if it comes to you. You can let it go. It's okay to let it go.
That's one of the plays.
You don't have to actually catch the thing.
Yeah. But even outside of that, though. But hey, listen. This
4th and 31.
Listen, I'm on y'all side.
Were you watching it during that time?
You better believe it. Yeah. You think I was missing that? Yeah. I wanted my prediction to reign true like no other. Like I would have felt like that was a Tennessee win. Like I was all in on Hugh and them getting that done. But we will discuss at a later time, maybe later today. But we do have Amani Hooker coming up that you want to stay in tune with, and a lot of Titans out there probably asking questions. Babsy, can the Titans go on a winning streak? Did they right the ship?
Titans fans, do you want them to go on a win streak?
That's the biggest question.
Because guess where they're picking now?
Where?
10th.
Sheesh.
Guess where they were picking before they got that win?
7th or something?
6th. 5th or 6th.
So even through the high fives, I was at the game. Through the high fives, people were high-fiving me and saying, okay, I really don't want them to win anymore. I'm like, but we ain't won in so long.
No, but it's a hard position to be in. And here's the deal. They are not mathematically eliminated either. So, I mean, could they go on a playoff? Let's take a break. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll talk more about it. And then, yes, we have Amani Hooker coming up a little bit later. We've got Chris Lowe to talk college football and the coaching carousel. That is also coming up. We are live at A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. Swing by here in Cool Springs and say hi. This is 3HL and 104.5 The Zone. All right, the year is almost over, and maybe you need some cash for the holidays, or you just want to be credit card debt free for the new year. Loan Pronto can help you do it. Give them a call now, 615-499-5780. They have this Express Equity line of credit that I've talked about, where you can get $20 to $50 to $100,000 out in as little as 5 days. And the big key to this is that you can access up to 95% of your home's value without touching your primary mortgage. So you keep that 3% rate intact. It's protected. You get the cash out. You can pay off your loans. You can use the money to pay for the holidays if that's something you need to do. Loan Pronto can help you do it. Express Equity line of credit program. 90% of the time, you don't even need an appraisal, too. So you get your money super fast. I love Loan Pronto. I've used them to refinance my mortgage before. Give them a call. See if they can help you. LoanPronto.com, 615-499-5780. That's 499-5780. Loan Pronto, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval.
What's happening, good people? Ron Slay here, man. And I know it's not hard to believe that the holiday season is here because you can feel it outside. Yes, the temperature has dropped. We just passed Turkey Day, Thanksgiving, and you know what's next? Yep, the big one. Yeah, birthdays and Christmas all in one. Our friends at Brentwood Jewelry, they're going to make shopping easy for you. As you all know, Christmas is the most popular time to propose, too. It's also a time for giving. For those you love, people, Brentwood Jewelry can give you the experience you want, like a surprise gift of that dream ring that she's always wanted at a price that you can afford. Hit them up, BrentwoodJewelry.com. That's Brentwood Jewelry, 7012 Church Street East, located in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road. Exceptional style, exceptional deals every single day for over 50 years. Why wouldn't you dive into it? Check out the shop for pre-owned Rolexes. If anybody's listening out there, pre-owned Rolexes, check it out for Big Slay. Give him a fine pre-owned Rolex for a fraction of the cost. It don't get much better than that, man. I'm telling you right now, get them at BrentwoodJewelry.com. Welcome back in here to 3HL on 104.5 The Zone, man. We're loaded and locked in out here at a Moment's Peace with all the smell good. And listen, I'm telling you right now, Babsy, I think you have something to present to the people, don't you?
Yes.
Before we get into this Titans news?
I didn't realize they did this here.
What?
At a Moment's Peace.
Talk to me.
I mean, they call it the concierge piece. Mm-hmm. Which, I don't know, that sounds too fancy for me. But
little uppity word.
Yeah. No. So, okay, let's say you have like 5 gifts.
Let's say I'm super busy, Babsy.
Yeah.
Like I'm on the go.
You can call them, email them, call whatever, come in and say, hey, I want to give this amount of gift card to this person, this amount to this person, this amount to this person. You give them those people's numbers and they'll call them for you.
So they
set it all up, or say, like they'll call and say, hey, Slay wanted to tell you Merry Christmas and that he appreciates you. So he got you a gift card here at a Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. Is there something you want to use it for? Can we set up an appointment?
And it's
so like you literally don't have to do
Yeah.
anything except for come in and be like, hey, here's their number and their name or their email here.
You let them be your assistant.
Why don't you take care of it for me?
That is dope.
Yeah.
I love it.
You don't have to wrap anything. You don't have to. Yeah.
So make everything easy.
Pretty cool. A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. That's where we are right now live. And I think Slay's going to get a hydrofacial at some point, too. You're going to be like, oh, my gosh, my skin looks like
I'm tired of
this.
hearing you talk about it, Babs. I need in on this.
You need to get Lulu.
Yeah.
Lulu is the best. Okay. Lulu's the one. Okay. She's the best. So come by, see us. We are right here at the corner of Carruthers Parkway and Bakersbridge Avenue in Cool Springs. You can always just go to A Moment's Peace website, amomentspeace.com. You can even put the /Christmas in, and that'll take you right to what I just talked about, where you can email, you can do whatever, give them a call, let them do all your present giving for you. Boom. So we have Amani Hooker coming up. Titans DB, who had a great game against Carolina.
Yes, he did.
We will chat with him. Nice for the Titans to get back on the winning side. How much do you think that helps? I mean, we'll ask Amani, mentality and all of that, especially defensively. I know they've been on the field so much this year.
Right. Me personally, man, looking at it from players' perspective, like you hear all the hoopla, like the, high draft picks that's on the line if you were to lose, this, that, and the other. When you're competing, man, you don't even think about any of that. So you just want to get a win to get off the schneid, and also at the same time, being at home, like you have something to hang your hat on. You've been undefeated at home. You're back at home. And I saw Big Jeff come out on social media and say, hey, man, this is a divisional game that we got coming up Sunday. Let's pack out Nissan. So that right there, as a leader, you look at that and say, oh, man, he's locked in, still ready to go. Like, do you as a fan still get behind it? I'm going to say, honestly, I say, yeah. Like, I'm all for it. You go there, especially at home, man. Now, what happens on the road, man, you got to get that together. But this is where you started. You start getting feel-good wins like this, start to build momentum, get people confidence that may have not had confidence, not no confidence, but just needed something to hang their hat on, something to feel good about. Like, yes, we can do this. You've seen the process go through the week, and you finally been able to transition it into a win, regardless if it's a 0-35 team or a 10-0 team. Does not matter. They're a professional team. They showed up to play. They got beat. You take it and you run with it and you build momentum, especially going into this game. So I'm all for it, Babs. I think, man, you take it and like, who's next? That's how you look at it. You go back to practice and you get to some more details, because I do think in this win it was so much more that could have been done. I think it was so many plays left out there on the field.
They left a lot on the field.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Especially in that second half.
Yeah, but you got away with it, and you rather learn in a win than learn in a loss.
Doesn't matter that it's a bad team, right?
Nope, don't care. Don't care. They get paid
Doesn't
just
matter
like
that
us.
you just got the coach fired.
Yeah,
with that win.
Great. That's what we're looking to do. Y'all got beat by a team that's so bad that could be us. We got your coach fired.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna stand on that. Let's get some work done. So, what are your thoughts on it, Babsy? What you think about it?
Same. Now I'm also and I know it's not fair because technically they have not been eliminated from playoff contention,
right.
but I'm of the the mindset of there are a lot of pieces that you're going to have to fill on this team come next year. And sure would be nice to have that higher draft pick, right, to be able to do it, to help do it. But then the other part of it is you got a rookie quarterback who's getting experience. You know, did you possibly, it's early, don't get me wrong, but did you possibly find a left tackle in the 6th round of this past draft? I mean, regardless, you at least found a depth piece there. Right. For that offensive line, you know. And so, obviously, the growth, you want to continue to see that, especially offensively. And you don't want to see this team fall apart to where it's offense versus defense, right?
Exactly.
Because I almost felt, now I think they got rid of one of the guys that was kind of putting that out there once
Big Jaleel Johnson.
Was released because, you know, his now deleted tweets that were out there were basically saying
that. Once they tweeted, they're out there, y'all.
Yeah, so you don't ever want to see that within a franchise, within a team. But, you know, I think the win was good. I think this team needed it to be able to stay focused in order to continue to grow and continue to get better for when you look to the future for next season.
Yeah, and
if that's fair.
No, absolutely. I think so. F&M Bank Chat is open, and people are commenting in it. You can hit us up, 615-737-1045. We got Amani Hooker ready to join us now. The Tennessee Titans, man, coming off a 17-10 victory at home, still undefeated at home. Led the team with 11 tackles, 8 solo, just getting busy out there, leading. Amani Hooker, man, welcome into it, man. Appreciate you jumping on with us.
Yes, man. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
All right, now, Amani, straight to it, man. Tell me what the energy is like in the locker room. I got to know that after getting the win, you know what it is at home. Regardless of the opponent, they strap up, get paid, put helmets on, get coached, go through the details just like y'all do. What is the energy like in the locker room after coming off a victory, knowing that you needed one to build some momentum?
Great energy. I mean, it was a win that we needed, a win that, you know, we've been practicing for, working for, and it took everyone to get it. And that's what we're going to have to do to, you know, get another victory this week.
Amani, you talk about that. You know, we talk a lot about complimentary football, and I know Coach Vrabel has talked about it a lot, and you certainly didn't want it to ever turn into a defense versus offense on the field. But how good was that, specifically kind of that first half, for you guys to somewhat be on the same page there? What did that do for you guys defensively?
It gave us confidence, you know, just seeing the offense go down there, drive the ball down the field, get some points. It gave us confidence because we want to have their back. So, you know, we want to go out there and make sure that we can get a stop because they did their job, and I'm pretty sure when we get a stop, they feel the exact same way. So we just did a great job of just, you know, guys going out there and just playing off each other.
Now, Amani, you in a sense stepped into a newer role. You lost your counterpart, your road dog, your pilot, your co-pilot with you, Kevin Byard, man, who's off in Philly now. But you had to step up and move into a different role now. What role did you move into? Was that verbally? Were you leading more things? Were you doing things by more of an example? What had changed in your role from being there with Kevin Byard?
You know, just trying to fill that leadership role. I mean, he had a huge role on our team. He was a huge leader for our team. So, you know, guys are gonna, you know, they turn to someone else. So who's next? And for me, I felt like I was already on that leadership, time. So for me, I just had to step up and be more vocal, be more in tune with, you know, helping guys out. I got some new guys next to me at safety or at corner, nickel, whatever it may be. You know, just doing my part to make sure that, you know, all my guys around me are in, you know, the best position they can be to help us win.
How much fun was it, man, to watch the guys in front, man, when you're, in a sense, getting a bird's eye view or a different perspective of the guys up front in the front seven, getting behind the line of scrimmage and playing with their hair on fire, especially with a guy like Bryce Young who's running around and, man, elusive as all get out back there, man. Like, how fun was that to watch those guys up front get after it, and how much easier did it make you guys' job on the back end?
It was awesome, man. You love when, our front four, front five, whoever's in there really can get after the quarterback and, disrupt the QB. As a DB, whenever you're running around in coverage and you hear your home crowd screaming, you know it's a sack. So that's a great sound that we love to hear. And it works complementary, rush and coverage works together. So that's something that we take pride in as well.
Most definitely, man. Now, another thing I got to ask you, dog, it looked like a trickle-down effect. Sometimes it's led by the guys in the front. Sometimes it's led by you guys. But, man, everybody seemed to be wanting to get their nose in on the tackles. Saw McCreary coming up laying some hits. Saw you coming up trying to get your nose in there. You led them in tackles, and you see. Do y'all have a little back and forth going as far as the secondary goes, as far as, man, getting guys down, especially in open field tackling?
Yeah, it's something that we always harp on. Being able to be a great defense, you got to be able to make tackles. The teams that aren't the best defenses, they let up big plays. It's majority of the time just off the basic fundamentals of tackling. So we pride ourselves on that, and we also want to be aggressive and not too conservative in our tackles. And I think yesterday was a great testament to our whole defense, not just secondary.
Tennessee Titans safety Amani Hooker with us after a nice performance and a nice win for this franchise. Amani, kind of take us back just this season as a whole, and some of the struggles. What has been the conversation kind of leading up to where you guys are now? What's been the key to keep you guys together?
It's honestly just been trying to improve and trying to be better. I mean, as cliche as it sounds and simple as it sounds, it's just what we have to do. No matter what the outcome is, whether it's negative or positive, you have to improve because other teams around the league are improving late, and especially late in the season when down the stretch coming out playoff time. This is when the best teams are going to show out, the teams that have been improving or the teams that have been not improving.
Yeah, and you look at it, obviously mathematically, a playoff run is still out there. Right? I mean, when you just look at the numbers and mathematically, is that a conversation? Like, what is the focus for the rest of the way with the Colts still on the schedule, the Texans? What's the conversation when it comes to continuing and building?
I think it's just taking it week by week, not looking too far down the road, just continuing to find ways that we can get better off of, this past game and being able to take what we already played against the Colts, take that information and, improve it and apply it to this week.
Big Jeff is, active on Twitter and put, what a win today. Time to keep rolling. And we need you guys next week, encouraging the fans to go ahead and show up and pack out Nissan. How has Big Jeff led this group? Especially, you mentioned the leadership and you kind of stepping into that role a little bit, but what does Big Jeff do for this defense?
He's energy. I mean, he's the voice. He sets the tone. He's a tone setter for this defense. You just watch it on Sundays. Every single Sunday he's disrupting, making plays in the backfield or making plays downfield, which you don't see a lot of D linemen running to the ball 15, 20 yards downfield. He's there. So, he's a guy that just sets the tone for, what we want to build on the defensive end.
I know he's on the other side of the ball, but you see Will Levis, the rookie, and how he handles himself and what he does at practice. And you watch him on the game and you hear about, him as far as leadership-wise and all of that. What has maybe impressed you or surprised you the most about the young quarterback that stepped in?
I think he just loves ball. I mean, he loves football. He loves being around it. He loves talking football. You can tell he takes it very serious. So when he's out there, you can see, he's making correct passes. You can tell that he's, been studying. You can just see his quick timing, all his poise and just, being a leader. I mean, that's what you expect from a quarterback. And I've been impressed with him, the last 5 games he's been out there.
Amani, man, appreciate you, man, coming on this divisional game you got coming up against the Indianapolis Colts. How big would this be to put the feather in the cap and to also, honestly speaking, man, to give them a little payback? You know what I mean? I thought, early on in the season.
Like, everyone hates the Colts.
Yeah, who are they? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
but you're also looking at it, man, when you guys went up there, I thought that was me as a spectator watching, man. That was the first time I walked away from a game and said, man, it looked like a team out-Titans the Titan. You know what I'm saying? As far as physicality went. How much would that be good to get back to?
Yep, I mean, I agree with you. That's pretty much what happened when we went up there. So it's going to be a huge week for us. We're going to accept this challenge. We're going to take it head on, and just be ready for Sunday. We're going to be out there flying around.
Let's go, baby. Keep getting it to him. Keep making Jim Irsay go crazy, man. Appreciate you, Monty.
Most
Did you see
definitely.
those
Appreciate
tweets?
you
You
guys.
pay
Thank you.
attention to that?
Yeah, I do. I definitely do. I can't
Good
lie.
entertainment, huh?
Yeah.
Is there any? Is that included in any of the smack talk? Like, dude, your owner is nuts.
No, not too much. Not from that.
I like it. Awesome. Well, Amani, congrats on a nice game and on the win. Good to be back on the winning side, and we'll see you Sunday in Nissan Stadium.
Yes, thank you for having me. Have a
Thanks,
good night.
Amani. There you go, Amani Hooker, Tennessee Titans safety, with a nice game.
Yeah,
on
no,
Sunday.
really nice game.
It
I'm
was
talking
good.
about stuck his face in the fan a couple of times, man, and it was almost started to look like guys were racing, and then you're supposed to rally to the ball, but they were racing to get the hit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like individual hits. I was so impressed by his open field tackling. I always have been because he's a physical player, but also it trickling down to Roger McCreary, who's just coming back. Week 2 for him being back in the fold, like it's okay. All right, I like that, man. Guys going all out. So somebody did ask in the F&M Bank chat, Slade and Babs, do you not want to get Marvin Harrison Jr. in the draft? Or why wouldn't you want the team to lose? And I got to say, man, I'm speaking as a competitor. So, I mean, hell yeah, I want Caleb Williams. I want Marvin Harrison.
You do?
He wants to go full.
Whoa,
He wants to
whoa,
go full
whoa,
Texans.
No, I
and
want to
have,
go
like,
get
the first
everybody. I
and
want to go
second
get an
pick.
all-Madden team. Like, what do you mean? I want to get everybody. I want to go
get
get
his
3 or
own
4
mud team.
linemen. Yeah, I want to go get the linemen from
I don't want Caleb
Notre Dame.
Williams.
Like, I want to get everybody, dog. Like, it's just
You don't want to see FTC on those nails?
like, I think, man, no, I actually do. But at the same time, man, when watching guys, I think you heard it from Vrabel, and I think he speaks for a lot of them. Like, you feel bad for guys that go through this. Like, Big Jeff hasn't had to go through this. You know what I'm saying? Given that Amani hasn't had to go through this. As far as the losing like this, they at least been a subpar and above the board. You know what I'm saying? On bad days. Now you like losing streaks 14 of 18 or something ridiculous like that, dating back to last year. Now I don't want nobody to go through that, man. That's hard to get out of. But you do build through the draft, so I do totally understand that. That's why it's a business. That's why you got to get like
It's
Rand
a
Carthon.
hard. It's a hard
It
conversation.
is. It is.
When
man.
you're at this point in
It
the
is.
season.
You
as a
midway,
hard
like you go
conversation.
either way.
Well, and I mean, if you don't think your team really has a chance to go win a Super Bowl,
Yep.
fix it for next year so you
I
can.
agree.
I know it's hard, but I will say that when you can just tell, even in talking to Amani and seeing Big Jeff's tweets and hearing the guys
You know
post
what that
game,
mindset is.
they needed it.
Yep.
They needed it bad. All right, this is 3HL 104.5 The Zone. We'll be right back. Stick around.
Up to Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. That's where you need to go to get that next new vehicle. Whether you're looking for a car, truck, SUV, or Jeep, Gupton is your place. Daniel Gupton and his crew ready to help you out. I've bought multiple vehicles from these guys. They're awesome people, and they are there for you. They just simply want one thing, what you want. You and the vehicle that's right for you. And that's what will happen when you go see my friends at Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. 24 West to exit 35 is about 9 miles outside the city. That exit and then a straight shot into the best vehicle buying experience you've ever had. 3450 Tom Austin Highway in beautiful Springfield, Tennessee. Just 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Car, truck, SUV, Jeep, Sprinter, van. Whatever you're looking for, new or pre-owned, they'll be able to help you out. If you need more room, if you need less of a payment, if you need something more reliable, whatever your situation is, they will be able to help you out. Check them out online while you pretend to work. GuptonMotors.com is the website. All the dealership information is there. All of the inventory is there as well. 24 West to exit 35 is about 9 miles outside the city. That exit and then a straight shot. That's GuptonMotors.com. Go check them out. Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Welcome back in to 3HL right here on 104.5 The Zone, locked and loaded and rolling. That's a little
Back like Mike Elko and
I was
College Station.
I was about to say, man, Tupac Tuesdays, just because I heard that, and I'm like, it's not Tuesday. You trying to Zeph trying to trick me up over there?
He trying to trick you like Texas A&M fans got tricked thinking Stoops was about to be their head coach.
Oh, was it Kentucky fans getting tricked? Somebody got tricked.
You guys all know exactly how that went down.
Yeah,
that was A&M people leaking it to see the reaction, and the reaction was exactly, a very Shiano-like situation. And I'm not saying that Mark Stoops accepted the job or anything.
Right.
Clearly, from his tweet, he was approached about it, right? They had conversations. I'm not saying that he accepted it and then A&M, yanked it away.
Right.
But, man, that was fascinating to follow on Twitter at,
for some credible
1 a.m. I know.
Yes.
I was still up after my game, and I was like, I can't go to sleep now. I just have to keep seeing what everybody's tweeting about it. But
credible sources
I also don't understand look at what Mark Stoops has done at Kentucky.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Why would you not?
He is a hell of a football coach.
Yep. And a recruiter, because he go get guys.
He goes and finds guys in the middle of Ohio and then develops them, and they go and play in the NFL.
Which is why I thought it was actually going to be a good hire.
Because
I was like,
but
him
no
in Texas?
No Texas A&M fan was okay with it.
No.
None.
No, they all turned it back on.
I mean, it's not like it didn't work from the last time they went and got a guy from Kentucky and brought him in. I mean, it was Bear Bryant, but still.
Oh,
I mean, you're like, what?
Back. When was that?
Back to 1950.
Yeah.
I would say the OC.
I mean, because and it was the same reason because he wasn't getting help because they wanted to put more money into basketball.
Right.
It's the same thing with Stoops.
Right. Well, and it's interesting too. I mean, this is kind of off on a tangent, but I just worked Kansas football, right? And Lance Leipold, who. That guy, man. I mean, he's on everybody's list, too.
Last 2-3 years?
Super impressive. Yeah, super impressive to spend some time with him. But he said the first phone call he got after he got the job was from Bill Self, Kansas basketball. And he said, hey, I just want you to know if you win here and you make Kansas football good, it does nothing but help my program in basketball. I am your ally.
Yep.
You tell me what you need from me. It's not an or an and. I mean, it's not an or basketball or football. It's an and.
Yeah.
And we can both be great and make this university even greater.
I'm
like, they need to pass that over to John Calipari in Kentucky, right? Because hello, Kentucky, it was totally opposite. But Leipold said Bill Self is the first one to text him if things are going well or if things are not going well, to point out the positives, like hang in there, whatever. Because he's like, we are better when we're both good.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the year, it got announced that Kansas has brand new football-only facility getting built.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're doing it there.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be, man.
So I thought that was interesting, but that kind of brings back to Kentucky. And listen, I've heard through the grapevine that Stoops absolutely has an issue that he is a football coach at a school that is considered only a basketball school.
And
even with what he's done there.
It would make only sense, man, to help him out in that situation. I mean, you just look around the country where they do that. Even when they had just went blank. Mac Brown and him and Rick Barnes were at Texas. It went hand in hand.
Yeah.
Same thing with Saban. He don't hog all the money and the resources and everything. He spreads it around to keep everybody happy. And look what he did for basketball. Basketball just skyrocketed back out. Yeah, so I mean, that's the way it should go, man. But we shall see. 615-737-1045. That's the number. We want to hear from you in this next hour and 4 o'clock hour, man, the beginning of it. Y'all hit us up.
Let's
let us know
Titans.
some things. Yeah, that's
what
we want to know.
What did you take from that game? Have the Titans found a left tackle? What did you think about Jalen Duncan?
That's right.
And I hope everybody got to hear Ramon Foster on Ramon, Kayla, and Will this morning, because he gave a phenomenal breakdown of Jalen Duncan and what he did on Sunday and what he saw and the – just making my sideline reporter heart happy, talking about his demeanor on the sideline and what he listened to and watched. And I'm telling you, you can't get that perspective from anybody
Yeah.
except somebody sitting on that sideline or eavesdropping on that sideline. So we'll talk about that. But if you want to jump in, I know there's a little argument going on in our chat about winning or not winning and draft pick and all that jazz. 615-737-1045. We want to hear from you on this Victory Monday. Are you ready for some calm in your organization, in your house? In this holiday season, you need to call Artisan Custom Closets. That's who you need to call. They will give you a free in-home consultation. You can start the new year organized. 615-800-2199. Are you wondering what Artisan does? Well, first, let me tell you that they're local. Not a large chain business. Their products are made and manufactured right here in the Southeast in Marietta, Georgia. And this is not cookie cutter stuff. It's all customized to fit your home for exactly what you need. Now, that is maybe a garage system organized. Beautiful garage system. That's what I got from them. And it was amazing. And I absolutely love it, especially with all my Christmas decorations. They all have a place, and especially getting colder. I can put my car in the garage now, but maybe need a closet, a pantry, home office, a playroom organized. They can do it all. And if you mention the zone, they will give you 10% off for the holidays all the way through the first of the year. So take advantage of it. 10% off if you tell them Dawn sent you. ArtisanCustomClosets.com, 615-800-2199. That's ArtisanCustomClosets.com.
Life is busy. We could all use some extra time in our day, which is exactly why Two Rivers Ford offers mobile service. We'll bring the service to your driveway at no additional charge. Oil changes, brakes, batteries, the certified technicians at Two Rivers will perform basic maintenance on your vehicle wherever you are, so you'll have more time for moments like this. Schedule your mobile service appointment by scanning the QR code or calling Two Rivers Ford today.
Good afternoon from A Moment's Peace, Salon and Day Spa. I'm Joe Hunk. As the Titans are now getting ready to face the Colts, a team they just played, the Carolina Panthers, they said bye-bye to their head coach just a few hours ago. Frank Wright has officially been let go. It is the second time, or at least the second time in 2 seasons, that he has been fired. He becomes the first NFL head coach since the 1970 merger to be fired in back-to-back seasons after he just got fired a few hours ago. It wasn't just him, though. His quarterback coach, Josh McCown, he's gone. Assistant head coach Deuce Staley is also gone. And just a few seconds ago, we also just found out that the Houston Texans have claimed former Eagles first-round draft pick Derek Barnett. Now, before you get too weary on him, he's only played in 99 defensive snaps through his 8 games this season. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, as well as home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
What's happening, good people? Welcome into 3HL 104.5 The Zone, locked and loaded at A Moment's Peace today. Now, I just happened to go use the bathroom. I don't know. I'm skipping through a lot of stuff. Spring Hill, sponsored by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling. But I'm just letting y'all know, man, I'm at A Moment's Peace right now in the 3HL. I went back out to use the restroom.
Oh, it's the best, isn't it?
It is a.
I mean, I don't know about the restroom, but
no, the restroom's the best too. I'm talking about a 10. I always go around rating restrooms, but that was a 10. Yeah. This one on the way to the restroom is my journey. That's what I want everybody to know. It is a smell of
gloriousness.
Like if I could have been in heaven, if I knew what it felt like, I think that's the smell that's probably in heaven all day long. That is a smell. I'm telling you, dog. If you got any. I was about to say kahunas.
Oh, happy Monday.
No, I want to know where this is going. Continue.
About yourself, man.
Kahuna's at a spa.
Yeah, if you want to have a taste of heaven or a smell of heaven in your home, you need to come over to A Moment's Peace. I was trying to set it up for Babsy, but I'm gonna get me some of them candles. I need to know which ones they are, though.
Yeah, they've got all the candles and gifts, and I'm gonna get something.
Tell the people where we are, Babsy.
Hopefully, she's not listening to me right now, but I'm gonna get my mother-in-law something for Christmas from their gift shop here, which I do every year. Maybe I'll get you some little nice smelling candle.
Yeah, I like it.
It's right up
I
your
like
alley.
it a lot. Yeah.
I know you guys. Let me tell you though.
Those candles.
Ron Slade loves him a spa.
I do. I'm telling y'all, man.
This
is my thing.
Yeah, this is totally your thing. A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. If you want to achieve hero status, this is where you need to come. We're going to be live here till 6, so come on over. You can get a gift card. You can grab a gift here. They can make it super pretty, and then you could be done with your holiday shopping. Are you kidding me? Or let's say you're really busy or you're really lazy. Either one. Doesn't matter.
I get like that.
You can come in and just give them the name and phone number of whoever you want to buy a gift card for.
And they
take care of it. Here's the amount. Oh, and here's the message I want you to give them. Like, hey, this is from Dawn. She said she loves you and Merry Christmas. And they will contact that person and tell them, hey, we have a gift for you from Dawn. Blah, 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 blah. Here you go. What kind of service do you want?
Take all
it's
the
pretty
heavy,
cool,
all
concierge piece.
Yes, the concierge.
Concierge piece.
I'm like, if you're busy or lazy, either way. But A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. Come say hi to us. We talk about massages, manicures, pedicures, sunless, tanning, waxing, facials, makeup. They have the hair salon here, so you can get a gift card for somebody and they can find something that they want done here. No doubt.
Fellas, the Slayscape is on. You got to ask for it. It ain't on the menu, but it's, just ask for it.
They can
Secret menu
handle
item.
that too. Boy. AMomentsPeace.com is the website, or just stop by. We're right here at the intersection of Crothers Parkway and Bakersbridge Avenue in Cool Springs. If you want their phone number, you could call them too, 615-224-0770.
That is
Appreciate Kip and everybody here and the peace that they provide.
So one thing we did not do, we didn't get to the introduction. We got Joe Heasy, producing the show. What up, Honk?
What's up?
Got Zeph behind the glass in the studio holding it down. What up, Zeph?
What's up?
Oh, come on.
Hey, that's mine. That is mine.
Come on, Jones.
That's my thing.
I was territorial here.
Mic. I usually don't.
And we got an upset, in a sense, Babsy, who is in the building.
Let's go. Happy Monday. Happy Victory Monday to all of you out there. Titans actually getting a win over Carolina. So we're here to talk about it.
Winning is fun, but it seems not to be to a lot of people. Guys.
Some people are not happy about the win.
Well, guess what?
We're going to talk about it. By the way, this is Ron Slade.
I'm in the building.
Hey, I'm in the building. Best believe I'm in the building. Better be ready. I'm in the building. Car ain't got no rules.
You really wanted to do it, but you're in a peaceful spa. I was waiting. I'm like,
we're in the
maybe
spa right
not
now.
do it in
Hey,
the spa.
but Babsy was
Spa
on.
ain't got no roof.
No, it ain't got no roof. Babsy was on assignment this weekend in Cincinnati.
What?
And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you follow any of us on social media, I reposted Babsy going through the experience of Skyline Chili.
Oh my gosh, the people at
That was
Skyline.
glorious. That was glorious, Babsy.
The people at Skyline hate me. I mean, absolutely hate
You're
me.
not welcome back in the city.
I am not welcome back in that city
Hey,
because
man.
I do not like Skyline
Hey,
chili.
The face you made.
I didn't know my facial expression was that bad. I tried to hide
Yoro
it.
says it all the time, Babs. You can't hide your emotions.
Don't worry, Don. I'm about to repost some
Yoro's
3HL
on assignment
Oh
too,
my
y'all.
gosh.
Just for anybody that
He'll be
missed it,
back
just
with
go to
us tomorrow.
3HL 1045 on X. You can get there.
But can I
Hey.
just say this? Like, who the hell puts cinnamon in chili? Okay? I'm never allowed back in Ohio. I will say
face,
this, though. We had a blast though. I took my whole family. They don't like Skyline chili either. But we had a blast. We went to like Kings Island on Friday night, which is an amusement park.
Yeah.
And, Baby Babs was all into Big 12 football.
Yeah.
I mean, all into it.
Loved it. That's dope. Yeah, see, Baby Babs is being brought up the right way. That's just an appetizer to the real stuff down here in the SEC. That's all.
So listen to this. So Rocky Boyman, who played for the Titans, he's my analyst. He's from there.
Yeah.
So he's like obsessed with Skyline chili. It's weird. I told him, I said, I think you guys are like born to like it
Yeah.
and have it like.
So you don't really know no better.
So you don't
Yeah.
know any better. That is really disgusting. But anyway, so he has 3 boys.
Yeah.
And so his wife brought his 3 boys to the game. They had a suite
that's
for my husband and baby Babs and my stepson. So everybody was in the suite. Well, baby Babs got annoyed that the boys were too loud and she couldn't watch football.
Really?
So she had to go out of the suite and into the stands so that she could watch football. I've never been more proud in my life.
Baby Babs, that's what I'm talking.
Yep.
She don't play that. Baby Babs don't play that about our sports either, man. Hey, I love Uncle Slade's proud of you, Baby Babs,
know.
if you're listening in the car.
So proud. Titans game next week. So
Titans
here
game
we
next
go.
week. Got the coach coming up. But we asked the people, the F&M Bank Chat is open and popping, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. 615-737-1045. We said we would get to some of the calls. We need to hear from some of the people that have a problem with the wins or people having a problem with the people having a problem with the wins.
This is like drama in Titan land.
Like it's here.
Oh, and by the way, I still have the crazies on Twitter that are coming at me about Will Levis. Like some guy said that I'm fangirling over Will Levis. First of all, I don't even know what the hell that is. Second of all, how can you not see the potential there? Now, I'm not saying he's going to be Tom Brady or even the franchise quarterback, but right now, granted, that was the best offensive line performance of the year. Hunk, I think you have some numbers.
I do have the numbers of what the Titans offensive
But you
line gave
can't
up.
tell me that watching this kid in the last 5 games, you can't tell me he's a bust.
Look, the only thing, if I say you need to fangirl over the fact that he has amazing situational awareness and he was able to get the Titans into field goal range at the end of the half.
that drive,
Because
that
that
drive should have been enough for you to be like,
That didn't
okay,
happen against New
there
Orleans.
might be potential here.
Malik can't do that. That alone shows you he's paying attention to multiple things, and that is hard to teach something like that so that he can know not only just to do it, but he knew I got to get the ball down the middle of the field, and I've got to get there and spike the ball so that we have enough time to at least kick the field goal.
Before we get those PFF numbers, let's go to some of you guys on the phone. You want to start with Shelbyville?
Yeah, let's
Shelbyville?
go to Ryan in Shelbyville. What you got going on, brother? Talk to us.
How's it going, guys?
Doing good,
Good.
man. Appreciate
And
you.
girl?
What's up? What's up?
Yeah, on the winning losing thing, you know, athlete my whole life. So the competitor in me is like, no, we're not losing.
Right.
I don't know of any sport, and I understand this is really popular in basketball. But one guy, Slay, and you can, testify to this. One guy in football does not make near as much difference as one guy in basketball does.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
One guy in basketball can change a game. One guy in football is not changing a game. Winning fixes losing problems.
Right.
We need to continue pursuing a winning culture. So win as many dang football games as you can, because 5 or 6 guys in the draft ain't going to fix it. We need draft some good guys, but we got to sign some good guys too. And
Right.
it ain't just going to be money that attracts people to Nashville. We need to win.
Absolutely.
We need to win and prove we can win and compete. So that's my take. Appreciate you guys. Have a good one.
Thanks, Ryan.
That is great perspective, Ryan.
No, absolutely. And I think that's
Like,
where
just the draft is not going to
No,
fix this
and that's
team.
the give and take. I was telling Savage that on our ride home from the game on Sunday. I was like, dog, the fans, I was talking about the fans. I'm like, man, there's so many of them that believe that by going to get a top draft pick like Marvin Harrison Jr., okay, cool. This ain't the NBA, and that's exactly what I compared it to. You can go get you can tank and go get a franchise number 1 player, Victor Wembanyama, LeBron James, somebody, Greg Oden if he stayed healthy, somebody of that nature, because it's 5-on-5. You know what I'm saying? You can have an impact on both ends of the floor. If you in the NFL and you draft a quarterback, yeah, he impacts one side of the ball. But you also got to have people block for him. You got to have people being able to catch for him. And then he has nothing to do with the defense. Like, you got to go get some guys over
Except
there, too.
for the complimentary football part.
Exactly.
Which was not existent in the second half.
Exactly. Totally. So
Yeah.
I think, man, you got to look at it as, you got to value all of your picks. 4 through 7, you got to be able to go get some guys that can get developed and become into core pieces of a professional team or your franchise. Yeah, you can hit on your first-round draft pick, your second round. Let those guys be a catalyst for sparking the change, but you got to have core guys in place, man. And if you don't have winning, like he said, I thought that was a hell of a point by Ryan. If you don't have winning going on there, don't nobody want to come here with no losing. I don't care how much money you pay.
No, that's a great point.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't care how great the city is and,
Right.
and how much you want to live here
Yeah.
and have, no state income tax.
Exactly.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. The only thing I will disagree with you on is that, and Ryan, the one player can't change a team in football. Your quarterback can.
And okay,
Yeah.
and let me correct that. That one player in football can't change it overnight.
Correct. Yeah.
In
that's fair.
basketball, a key guy can change it overnight. You still got to be able to build, or you had to suck so long that you have pieces in place like the Houston Texans do, where they would be able to pay 2 tackles and have tackles right there ready for C.J. Stroud to step in. You know what I'm saying?
Which
That's
is a
different.
big reason that he
That's
is
just having
able
success.
to have so much
Bingo.
success so early, too.
Bingo. And you have a guy that understands as a head coach now, that understands the other side of the ball as well. So it's a lot of parts to go through. Man, you got 22 people on that field, man. They got to get some things done. And it starts not only with the person that's coaching, it starts with management as well. I think that's why Rand Carthon is in the position that he is now. And we look to see where it all lands. I mean, and how he keeps this thing moving forward and progressing forward. We got the VOC coming up at 4:20. And he always, I'm telling you, man, can always bring us back down or lift us up. But I did get to scurry into the box before they put me out after the win. Got a picture with Devot and the guys, man. And I just like to say I'm undefeated when being able to go into the box.
Oh, well,
so somebody
you better
tighten,
be there
somebody,
on Sunday.
Somebody got to make it happen. I'm just saying, man.
There you go. All right, so we do have the voice of the Tennessee Titans coming up, Mike Keith. That is right after the break. And if you are on the phone, hang around. We'll get to you after the next segment with Mike Keith. Get your take on this Titans win. And I know a lot of people want to talk about Jalen Duncan and the offensive line and what we saw there. So we'll hit that with the VOT as well. Stick around. This is 3HL and 104.5 The Zone, live from A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa.
What's happening, good people, man? The winter is knocking at your door. If you open up the door and your electricity goes out, then you're going to have a problem because you're going to be looking around the neighborhood during this time. And we always have storms down here in the middle Middle Tennessee area. I guarantee you, right here in the mid-state, man, rain, ice storms, whatever you want to call it, it always comes. It always knocks the power out, and you always be sitting there trying to figure out what you need to throw out of your refrigerator. It can all be
the
fixed.
worst.
Yeah, Cove Generators can get you a generator, and all that'll be fixed, Babs.
Yep, Cove Generators, that's who you need to call. So you are prepared. Your premier Generac home standby generator dealer. Be prepared for winter.
Why wouldn't you?
Maybe you already have a generator. Guess what? That's all Cove Generators does, generators. So they can service the one you already have. They can make sure to maintain it. They can make sure that it is ready to go when weather is on the way. Or get you a new one, a Generac automatic standby generator from Cove Generators. All you have to do, visit covegenerators.com. Never lose power again. 931-559-3311. That's covegenerators.com.
Stay connected through it all. Welcome back into 3HL right here on 104.5 The Zone, locked and loaded out here at the Moment's Peace, making sure everybody has a peaceful holidays that's coming up. It's going to be real simple to do. All you got to do is slide out here while we're here. We're here till 6 today, but you can slide out any day, but this day will be special because you can come out and see us. You can get your gift cards or whatever it may be, man, for your holidays and your loved ones, and you don't even have to do no work. You just give them a name and a number. They sign it up, call them up, get it signed, and it's on. You just sit back and get the pats on the back for giving them a great gift. Real easy to do, ain't that right, Babsy?
That's right.
Concierge peace.
A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. Come swing by and see us right here at the corner of Carruthers.
That's right. That is right. The van is parked out front, and something else that's parked out front of Nissan is a Victory, because it's Victory Monday. Parked that outside, left it right there because it's been undefeated. The Titans have been coming off a 17-10 victory. We got the one and only of Titans Radio, the voice of Titans Radio, Vought Mike Keith. How are you, Mike Keith?
I'm better now. It's good to be with you.
Right?
Thank you, Mike. Man, 17-10 victory. Before we even get into that, I got to ask you about this. It's been brought to my attention, Mike, that it's a team that you're running around with, that somehow a picture, it floats out there, social media gets a hold of it, people start saying the team's undefeated when this team gets together. I happen to be in it. You're taking the photo. I mean, you got a great group of guys.
Credit.
You got a great group of guys that are undefeated right there at home in Nissan, even though they haven't played a snap, Mike.
Yeah, I think we're going to hold out for more money as a group because we are key to all of this. But yes, people seem to like us when we take the photos after the win. We kind of do the same thing every time. We just take a picture and send it out. I'm just really surprised how many people seem to enjoy that, but they seem to get a kick out of it. So we'll keep doing it. Let's just keep winning.
It's like the A-team, Mike. You can't get.
It's kind of like the A-team. Hey, I love it when a plan comes together. I'm certainly Hannibal in that case. Yes,
definitely.
He's got a cigar in his mouth as he's saying it.
Rocking and rolling. Well, the Titans 17-10 victory over the Carolina Panthers, regardless of wins, losses, those people sign contracts. They come out there, play, and we see they take it serious because the coach got fired after. What did you take? What did you take from this victory for the Titans, Mike?
Well, I think it's one they had to have. I mean, it's a game. You're better than they are, and you're playing at home. And if you're going to get right, you got to start there. And that's what they did. You know, they came out and they played well enough to win. I don't think the Titans played great. They certainly didn't beat the best team in the NFL. I don't think anybody's contending that. But I think you come back into the office today as a Titans team, and technically they come back in the office on Wednesday, but you know what I mean. and you're looking at the tape, and you're much more willing to say, okay, I understand the corrections coming off of a win than off of a loss. And with so many young guys playing, particularly the 6 draft picks who are playing on offense, seeing those things happen in that way and the way they contributed to the victory. I mean, even down to the Colton Dowell tackle on the punt, which set them up to get the defense gets them off the field. They get the ball back, and then they kick a field goal. You know, those things matter. Everything matters in the NFL because there is so little difference between the best team and the worst team. And when you're getting into the finer points and you're communicating and you're executing, which is what Mike Vrabel talked about all last week, you've got something to start with. And so I think for this football team right now, laying a foundation for right now and for the future is paramount. And I think some of the things that we saw them do in the game indicate what they want to do to lay that foundation.
So a lot of talk, Mike, about left tackle in that position coming into this game. And Mike Vrabel, you know, right off the bat when he talked last week, hey, Jalen Duncan is going to be given a chance there. What overall did you feel, or maybe how would you kind of grade his full start there?
Okay. I think he did all right. Going to be a much bigger challenge this week because the whole problem with the Colts is they've got 6 or 7 guys that can really rush the passer, and they rotate them in. So are you going to be able to help? Probably not. You're going to have to be on point. Deo Dangbo is playing great. Ebukam is playing great. Kwity Paye's playing great. And so that's going to be the challenge. I think the real story is it seems as though he has given himself a chance, Duncan, has given himself a chance to go on and get another start. Mm-hmm. So that's a good sign. But I don't think you're saying, oh, we've solved this forever. And that's kind of the point where this team is right now with all of these guys. They have incredibly unique opportunities. I mean, Skoronski's going to be there, as long as he wants to be there. I think we get that. But for the quarterback, the tight end, the left tackle, Colton Dow, Spears, all these opportunities add up to things that factor in the now and factor in the future. And that's what I was talking to you guys about last week. You're getting these opportunities, and you've got to make the most of them right now. They're not going to sit and go, oh, well, we're grading on a curve, and you're trying hard. They don't care about that. They'll go get somebody else. So these are great opportunities. But Duncan did well enough that it seems like he's going to get another opportunity.
So that offensive line as a whole had one of their best days. I mean, and we talked last week about how that was the 8 different starting rotation that they've had in 11 games. So it's understandable, but they did have one of their best days. Was that a product of getting the ball out faster? Was that a product of opponent? Was it maybe a little bit of everything? Was it a product of Will Levis getting even more comfortable? What did you see from that position as a whole, and why they were able to, at least in the first half, have some success?
Well, they all practiced together, Dawn, all week. Mike Vrabel came out and said, Radin's going to be the right tackle and Duncan's going to be the left tackle, and here we go. And then Brunskill was able to practice, after missing time with the ankle, and we didn't know if he would play in Jacksonville, and then he tried to play, and he did play. But he practiced last week. And so to have that group together, I think it's cohesion. Now, Carolina does not have the best pass rushing defensive front in the NFL. They have Brian Burns, who's really good, and they have a couple other guys who are talented. But this group this week has invested in pass rushers. I mentioned all of those guys, and I didn't say DeForest Buckner's name, and he's the best one of all of them, and he plays on the interior. So, you can have cohesion and all you want, but they're going to have to be more physical. They're going to have to be better. I mean, it is clearly a bigger challenge this week from their standpoint. The thing that we know is Levis is going to stand in there. He does not get happy feet. So he's going to hang as long as he can, because what Levis wants to do is he wants to throw the football. At some point when he takes off running, I think he's going to pick up 20 yards because it's going to surprise people, because he has been so willing to stand in there.
Mike, let me ask you, looking at it, and before we move on to the Colts, taking this game, and it's a win, and you can always learn from a win. To me, as a former player, it's always more fun to learn from a win, your bad things you've done, than a loss, to have that hanging over your head. Can you put into words what it meant when you talk about taking wins, what it meant for a guy like Derrick Henry to eclipse the 9,000-yard mark in this career?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
Because at this point, 5 years ago, we didn't know what his career was going to look like, because he was not even the starting running back.
Right.
And for him to put in the work he did to get through that, the mental toughness that he showed, the fact that he talked to Eddie George, everybody knows that story. But, people think the conversation happened with Eddie, and then the next week it was all better. Mm-hmm. It was another 6 weeks before he got in that position where he had that Thursday night game against Jacksonville. This is a guy who has worked so hard for it. And I'm telling you, his 5-year run, and I tweeted about it today, as a matter of fact, his 5-year run is about as strong as any 5-year run for a back in the league, probably with the exception of like a Jim Brown. But, I mean, to average over 100 yards rushing per game over 5 years, I mean, this is what this guy's been all about. So anything like that happens to him, knowing that, he did what he did to fight back, that he became this guy, that he's kept working, that he worked so hard in the off season, that he's as committed as he is. We have had a chance to watch this history, and it has been such a pleasure because this guy has so earned it. Very happy for him and very hopeful that there is, there's 10,000, there's 11,000, whatever there is down the line. But I personally think the 5-year run gives you a pretty good idea that he belongs in Canton someday anyway.
No doubt. Agreed. Okay, so Mike Keith, Vaught with us. You can follow him on Twitter as well, by the way, it's at 10 Voice, like Tennessee, TENN Voice. Go follow Mike Keith. Vaught, curious, when you look at this Titans team, this Colts team, you mentioned what they do defensively and all of that, but what's concerning the most? Because Carolina's not a good team, right? We all know that. We get
they're
it.
not.
The Titans probably fixed some problems, but at the end of the day, that was a bad Carolina team. Colts, better. What's the most concerning part when you see where the Titans are after Sunday?
I think it comes down to a lot of the same things. With them, it's going to be getting off the field on third down and converting more than 32% of their own third downs so they can stay on the field and can continue to establish Derrick Henry. The issue, Derrick got 18 carries yesterday, and I was just visiting with Matt Taylor, who's the voice of the Colts, and he goes, his carries are way down. Are they trying to, take it easy with him? Or no. They give it to him. They'd love to give it to him 40 times a game. He'd love that too. It's just, and I'm being facetious, but you know what I mean. They haven't had enough plays.
Yeah.
The whole key to this offense, they got to run the ball. They got to run the ball. They have to run the football in order to work the formula that they're working. And listen, what we saw over the years too, in the Mike Heimerdinger days and when Arthur Smith was the play caller, as the run game became more successful, the passing game started to take off even more too, and they threw different routes and they came up with different things. But that's the brand identity that they've invested in with this back and with the style of ball that they want to play. They got to run it. Now, Grover Stewart's out another game, still suspended for another game. He is the big, massive nose tackle that the Titans have had a hard time blocking over the years. So that's not a bad thing. And on the other side, two-headed monster at running back, Jonathan Taylor is back doing his stuff again, and Zach Moss continues to play well. They want to run it because they don't want to put it all in Gardner Minshew's hands. And Gardner Minshew he's a quality NFL quarterback. He does just fine. But they don't throw every down either. So this game's going to be about the run game both ways. And in the first game, the Colts ran it very well and the Titans didn't, and the Colts won by a touchdown.
And we're way more physical.
Yeah, they were. They were. That's the tape you put on and you say, here it is. Yeah. That's the way it is. The Titans have to answer that challenge to not let them run it the way they did, especially Zach Moss. And now Taylor, who's fully healthy and is back in the groove. And then the flip side of that is they've got to find a way to get Derrick Henry going, like they did in the second half yesterday.
Hey, Mike, I'm so interested in this Titans team to see their response. You just mentioned there's 6 rookies out there playing significant time in key spots. And do they understand what the culture is like going in the AFC South divisional game at home and your team not matching the physicality that was brought in that game one, and you having an opportunity to respond? That's why I thought also, regardless of who you were playing, that win was so important, because what happens from this point on doesn't matter. But one thing you got to see year in and year out is these AFC South divisional opponents.
Do they understand the Colts hate?
Like exactly, like it's gonna be real, and you got an opportunity to respond.
The first one. Yeah, I think they do after the first one. I think having that experience, having gone to Jacksonville, I think they get it, and I think they get the kind of answer that they have to come with, and even some of the newer players as well who aren't necessarily rookies, but this team's playing a lot of young people. Obviously, the draft picks are on offense. Some undrafteds on defense who are playing. They're playing special teams as well. You've got to be on point, and that's what the division's all about. The other thing too, but the most significant thing from yesterday is you have to win the games where you're the better team. Just have to, and the Titans did. Okay, that sounds simple enough, but that's where the really good teams don't slip up as much. Yeah. They beat the people they're supposed to beat because they're better. When the Titans were rolling 19 through 21, particularly mid-19 through 21, they were beating most everybody they were supposed to beat. And that's how you stack them up. I mean, look at a team like Baltimore. They seem to do that every year. Every year they just beat up they beat up the teams, the weaker teams on their schedule. Okay, so the Titans did that. They went and got one. Now they're playing a team that, okay, maybe they're a little better, so you got to play better than them.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Mike. So we're getting you out of here, man. What do you got? What do you got up next? You got the coaches show tonight.
Coaches show tonight.
Okay.
The OTP out later tonight. We've got a lot of stuff going on.
And we saw
good stuff.
We were able to hear, and I advise everyone, if you're watching the game, at the game, whatever it is, put an earpiece in, listen to Titans radio, because we got to witness a colorful Coach Mack.
Oh my gosh!
I had a ball with him.
But he loved the refs yesterday.
I was worried. I was a little worried about you, Vaught. I mean, he wasn't wrong.
He was very pointed in his comments in certain instances.
Mike, do the Titans have a number 19 on their team? Do they have a number 19?
That was good right there.
Not right now, no.
Not right now. Man, we appreciate you.
He was not going to let him slide on anything, was he?
No. We listened on our way home from Ohio, and I was like, oh, Vaught's going to have to settle him down at some point.
Nah, never.
Nah.
Never done it. All right, Mike Keith, at 10 Voice on Twitter and Instagram. Go check him out, the Vaught. We always appreciate you taking some time to chat with us. Thank you, Mike.
Thanks, guys.
Have a great Monday. You can catch him on the Coaches Show tonight with head coach Mike Vrabel.
Dude, I pulled it every single thing that Coach Mack said about the referees yesterday.
Did you put it all together?
Well, it's not all together. I have it saved in a special hidden folder, just for all the funny times that Coach Mack comes on. But yeah, he's like, when the Titans had a holding call on them and they said holding Titans or defense number 19. Coach Mack's like, they don't have a number 19. There's no number 19. Mike, do we have a number 19? They have a number 19. No, we don't have a number 19. Get it right.
Oh my gosh,
he was in rare form.
No,
fired up.
Like I said, he wasn't wrong.
No, he wasn't.
All right, we are going to take a break here live from A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. We'll take your calls next. Did the Titans fix any current issues, or was this just a bad Carolina team? Where do you fall on that? 615-737-1045. Want to hear from you. This is 3HL on 1045 The Zone.
What's happening, people? Ron Slay right here with Holistic Stem Cell Therapy. KellumStemCellInstitute.com is where you need to dive into. Matter of fact, go on to get your consultation set up right now before I even tell you what's going on, because I'm sure if you hear my voice daily, then you know exactly what it's done for me. Knee, got it done. Hip got it done. Shoulder got it done. No problems, none whatsoever. You can have the same exact thing done with you, man. It's your body, your cells, your solution. Guaranteed. My perspective, and my point of view is going to be guaranteed because it was guaranteed for me. Now, you go in there and do the same thing. Your cells are your body's own healing cells, so why wouldn't you do it? Congestive heart failure, lung issues, asthma, arthritis, does not matter, man. It's going to get all of this. Now, the consultation number, 615-850-4415. And I advise you to pay attention to 3HL 1045 The Zone all day long. Reason being, got a big-time collaboration coming up, man, and I'm going to share it with you later on in the week. But a Christmas collab that's going to be handling they're going to be going hand-in-hand with a guy, that a lot of us know, Dawson Knox, man. So to learn more about that, I'm telling you right now, you want to stay in tune, KellumStemCellInstitute.com. Welcome back into 3HL right here on 104.5 The Zone, man. Locked and loaded. Just left off with Mike Keith, the VOT, helping us, cipher through this victory and what to expect, what emotions should be like riding into this matchup with the Indianapolis Colts. And, I think it's interesting, Babsy, to walk away from it and know that you walk away with a victory and know that you have an AFC South opponent right there next that you got to go through.
At home. Where you have done well.
Exactly.
But a very different opponent.
Yes. Totally.
I'm just saying.
Not
that the Colts are phenomenal, but it doesn't matter. Carolina's that bad right now.
I'm totally with you. So this is my thing. How much was that a victory for the Titans? And how much was that just being Carolina? They just bad.
I think it's a little both.
You could have rolled anyone out there and got a victory.
Well, I don't know about anyone. Okay. Let's not get crazy.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, like, I'm listening to some of the talking F&M Bank chat and waiting on some more callers, 615-737-1045 to hit us up and hear their thoughts. But, I mean.
Well, let's talk about the offensive line first. Okay. They were better.
Yes.
By any way you look at it, they were better.
Yeah.
Pro Football Focus numbers. I always preface this with they are what they are, right?
Yes. But
it is. Anyway. I know, but it's a way to.
It's a grading
metric.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's a metric to grade the offensive line, and if you use it consistently, you can look at it that way and say, okay, this offensive line was better than they have been all season. Now that is a product too of opponent.
Very true.
Hunk, what are the Pro Football Focus numbers for this offensive line this week?
Peter Skoronski had a day. He graded out as a 86.7 in pass blocking, which is one of the best tackles so far, not counting Monday Night Football of the week.
Guards.
I wonder.
Guards, yeah. Not tackles.
That's what Babsy wanted to play.
Yeah. Yeah, tackles what
I wanted him to play. Yes, thank you. I wonder if part of that is because who was next to him.
Well,
because it was somebody different. It was Jalen Duncan, who I bet relied on him a lot to help him, to communicate with him. Maybe it took a little bit of the pressure off Skoronski. Maybe they have good chemistry. Maybe because they're both young, it worked, whatever. But maybe that is a big part of why it helped. The other thing Ramon Foster pointed out about Jalen Duncan was his ability to actually use his strength, right, in his hands. Now, he got beat, don't get me wrong, but Ramon pointed that out, and that was a big difference. And I just wonder how much of the person next to him helped Skoronski.
Well, there was one play with Duncan
step up his game
where Brian Burns was coming off the edge, and Duncan stood him up, and he did not let Burns get around. And that was one thing that you go a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago, Burns is getting around and he's popping Tannehill, and that didn't happen with Duncan at all. In fact, the only sack that happened yesterday actually came from Raden's side. It didn't even come from Duncan's side on it. Now,
where did Duncan rate?
Now on this though, Duncan pass blocking wise was actually the second worst Titan, which is he got a 47.1, which is
we're excited about a 47.1 as Titans fans.
Yeah, I mean, but like Raden's pass blocking wise graded out at a 56.5, which was higher than Brewer, and Brunskill was the second leading lineman with a 70.4. On blocking wise. So, but if you look at the pass rushes that were given up, Duncan did give up 3. He also gave up 2 quarterback hits, but no sacks given up on his side. Yeah. The only sack was given up by Raden's.
Which you I mean, honestly, you expected that. He's a 6th-round pick.
And a lot of times, again, going back to who it was.
Project.
Because even because Burns was the one that was moving around. Love You in the middle was doing very well. And, in fact, he's the one that got Duncan to jump on the false start because he was rushing and Duncan panicked. Even though he wasn't even rushing his side, he was going through between Skoronski and Brewer. He made Duncan jump. So
I get it.
Yeah, they were making use of the fact that Duncan was a rookie and getting his first true start at the left tackle position.
They should.
So, but we talked about Raden's and him grading out at 56.5. You go, that's not good. That's actually his highest of the season.
Yeah.
So it's again not saying that the defensive or the offensive line is top 5 in the NFL,
We're
but
not,
it's better.
We're not even saying the
No.
offensive line is
Yeah.
good.
No.
Don't get us
No,
wrong here.
absolutely not.
We're saying that was better. And how much better can it get if they're together again with the same starting lineup another week where they get to work together in practice?
So to your point, Savage he is in the chat and he answered you, and he said sometimes folks make you step up when you know they need you to lead. I think Peter did feel that pressure, and it paid off, Babs.
That's a great point.
There you go.
That guy would know.
Yes, he would.
Ramon Foster would know, by
he
the
would.
way. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, but I see you on our phone lines. I promise next we are going to get to you. We've got Jackson, Justin, Keith, somebody else. I got you. Next segment. Stick around through this break, and it is all you guys. 615-737-1045, and then we'll have Chris Lowe to talk a little college football coaching carousel craziness after that as well. 5 o'clock hour coming up next.
Want to tell you about my friends at Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits. It is holiday season, so as you are gearing up for family time, you always need to keep my friends at Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits in mind. MarylandFarmsWS.com is the website. That's where you can go to find out all the information about Jason and his crew. They are awesome people. 101 Creekside Crossing in Brentwood by the Publix. Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. Closed on Sundays. Delivery through the Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits app. They have curbside pickup as well. They are locally owned, serving Brentwood and Middle Tennessee for more than 18 years. It is gift-giving season. Don't show up empty-handed. Make sure you stop by Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits. They have customized baskets for you to grab and go with wines, spirits, local olives, and chocolates. It's the perfect host or hostess gift for that last-minute gift-giving idea. Know it's getting cold out there. Let the bourbon aisle do its work for you. With their vast selection of special blends, aging, and price points, you can find the perfect choice to put over ice, neat, or in a cocktail. They'll be able to help you create a cocktail as well. Go see my friends at Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits, 101 Creekside Crossing in Brentwood by Publix. Maryland Farms, WS.com.
Trending now is the fact that the Panthers are looking for a brand new head coach, brand new offensive coordinator, brand new quarterback coach, brand new assistant head coach, because all those guys just got fired because the Titans beat them yesterday. Frank Wright, as well as quarterback coach Josh McCown and head coach or assistant head coach Deuce Staley are all gone for the Panthers. In fact, the Jaguars have also announced that they're going to be without their starting left tackle, Cam Robinson, as he's supposed to miss 3 to 6 weeks, but they are expecting him back for the playoffs. Now remember, Titans and Jags face each other in the last day of the regular season. And tonight, Monday Night Football, as you've got the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. Josh Dobbs getting yet another start. You'll be able to hear that immediately following the Mike Vrabel show with, yes, Coach Mike Vrabel and Mike Keith, immediately following 3HL in 1 hour. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, as well as home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
What's happening, people? Welcome into 3HL right here on 104.5 The Zone, locked and loaded and rolling on this Victory Monday. Appreciate you guys hanging all out with us, man. You finally made it to the final hour of the show. It is going down. You got the one and only Babsy, who is in the building.
I'm in the building.
That's Bonk. That's Bonk. Twitch,
Hey,
please.
there's not a whole lot this
Twitch,
Bonk
please.
today
Twitch,
on a
please.
Victory Monday. And he is Ron Slay. He's also in the building.
I'm in the building. I'm in the building.
I'm in the building.
That's right.
Hey, I'm in
Yo.
the building.
Yes,
I'm in the
Zeph.
building. I'm in the building.
Zeph
I'm
behind
in
the
building.
glass. Joe Hunk keeping us right out here. Kirby keeping us on the air. Eki Bop. I don't know what Eki Bop's doing.
Bopping.
He's really just hanging.
Yes, but like it's a
Just hanging by the
it's
nail
a meditating
polish.
bop. You got a meditating bop going. You can't even see it going.
That's right. He's meditating here at a Moment's Peace Salon
right.
and Day
That's
Spa,
where we
which
are.
you can do here. That is where we are live. By the way, shout out to Jim Knott, who stopped by and said hi.
Yep.
Appreciate it, Jim. Good to see you. Thanks for listening. And you can do the same. We'll be here till 6 at a Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. It's right across from 65 from Galleria Mall. It's at the intersection of Carruthers Parkway and Bakers Bridge Avenue. Plenty of parking. Maybe you want to be a hero for this holiday season. A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa can help you do it. And you can buy a gift card for somebody here. And this is the beauty of a Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. Like maybe there's some people that don't like massages, right?
Right.
You don't have to get a massage. They have a million services all in the same place here. So then you can use your gift card for a manicure or pedicure or sunless tanning or waxing or a facial or a hydrofacial, which you're going to love, by the way, which
I can't wait.
Slay's going to get one. They have a hair salon here. They do makeup. They have gifts in their gift shop, which I'm about to go shop in. So a Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa has absolutely everything. And I promise you, this is a place that a lot of us would not buy ourselves something here or treat ourselves to something here, but would absolutely love a gift.
Right.
To have something done here. So come see us. We'll be here till 6, a Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa, or go to their website. You can grab gift cards right there, 24/7, amomentspeace.com. All right, we are talking Titans. I promised people that we would get to them on the phone. So let's go ahead and hit that, Slay. Let's start with Keith in Nashville. Hey, Keith, how are you?
Doing all right. How about y'all?
Doing great. What you got?
Are we going to trade Burks or what?
Trade Burks? I don't think he's worth anything right now.
I think you got to be healthy or something to get a trade in right now. I understand. So what would you expect back for him, Keith? I think it would be a better question.
I don't even know.
You fed up with him now.
Yeah, y'all aren't?
Yeah, I think me personally, man, I just think it's when do I want to see him go and be able to produce like a first rounder like you expect. I just think it's out of your control when the problems that he's having are not self-inflicted, like concussions.
It's not a hamstring.
Like I mean, I don't know what you do with concussions. Like if it lingers and keeps happening, I think you have to pull the trigger on it and make a move. But outside of that, man, have you not seen the potential when out there?
Not enough. He's made some catches, but not enough to me because he only had his last 100-yard game, wasn't it, versus Green Bay last year?
Yeah, I think you may be right. You're probably right. I just think he got to get out there. I think he was striding when right when the Eagles situation happened, when he got hit in the end zone, held on to the ball, got that touchdown, and got knocked out. And then I think coming back into this year, you saw the comeback catches and things of that nature, going up to Minnesota in the preseason, making big-time catches, and actually probably injured himself by being combative. If he just would have went down, he probably wouldn't have injured his knee. You know what I'm saying? But bounced back from that. Then you had the concussions, then another concussion. It's like that's out of his control. You know what I'm saying?
I totally understand the fans' frustration,
without question.
Especially because, and unfairly, Treylon Burks was looked at as the replacement for A.J. Brown.
That's
right?
One of the biggest problems.
And so that's a big problem, too, I think, Keith. Thanks for your call,
Appreciate
by the way.
that,
He sounds like Randy Moss.
He does. Real calm,
I don't know if anybody's ever told you that, Keith.
So that's exactly what he wants for Treylon Burks. He just wants straight cash.
That's right.
Just give me straight cash, homie. That's all he wants. By the way, Treylon Burks' last 100-yard game was the Packers, which was the last road win in there.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. But see, and the other thing about Burks is the concussion thing that Slay was talking about. Like, you can't help that. I mean, we were ready to write Tua off as a bust because of the concussions. Yeah. And now he's being talked about as an MVP candidate just because he's been able to stay healthy. I think that's one person that Burks needs to talk to is Tua and the equipment he's starting to use in his helmet to help him with the concussion stuff. I'm not saying, go try ninjutsu or whatever Tua was trying to do.
Hey, do
whatever,
do whatever the heck you need to do to protect yourself. But yeah, and to everybody's point here, it's not like you're dealing with hamstring issues or soft tissue issues or, in the beginning, conditioning issues. None of that is what he's dealt with lately. It's the knee, it's concussion, it's stuff that's out of your control. It's not on the training staff. It's not on him being prepared to walk into the season. And I'm sure it's just as frustrating for him as it is for Titans fans. But if he can stay healthy and maybe can see what he can do, then it's a different conversation. Right now, though, you certainly can't say that he's going to be a huge piece moving forward. I don't think you've seen enough from him.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. All right, let's check in with Justin in Springfield. Hey, Justin, how are you?
I'm wonderful. How are y'all doing tonight?
Good.
Doing good, Justin.
Good. So don't hang up on me. I'm a diehard Colts fan. But I do watch the Titans. Hey, I still support the Titans. I'm born and raised here in Tennessee, so I have to root for my home team still.
Well, then how the hell are you a Colts fan?
Hey, I'll blame it on Peyton.
Oh, all right.
The sheriff, baby.
My thought to y'all was, what do y'all think about Derrick Henry? To me this year, he looks lacking. Like he's starting to show maybe some age or maybe he's just digressing. I mean, what do y'all think?
Man,
Thanks, Justin.
Appreciate it, Justin. I personally, I believe, man, it's just difficult to get started when you I don't care what running back outside of Barry Sanders. That's the only one I would give credit to as far as a
little bit of an elite level.
Yeah, being able to dodge when you get the handoff. I just think that if you got somebody back there in the backfield with you other than the quarterback, that's the problem. And I just don't think you can get anything going for a guy that needs to get at least 2 or 3 steps, and then let's see what happens. So that's my take, man. And we saw the offensive line work better. Hopefully they can continue to build on that. And this is the thing. We're not asking that they go build the Great Wall of China up front. We're just asking that you hold for a second, create a sliver of a hole, and let's see what Derrick Henry can do.
Right.
That's it. He has to have that to be able to get going. He's had it throughout his whole career, so why would we get here now and he get older and we expect him to be Superman even though he's built like one?
I know, and thanks for the call, Justin.
Yeah,
also, Greg Cosell has talked about it. He felt like Derrick Henry hasn't looked the same as he has when there have been those few open plays and opportunities. He felt that there was a little bit of a step back in Derrick Henry's game.
Yep.
I think that the lack of opportunities, Derrick Henry has always been successful when he hits 20 carries a game, 18 to 20 carries a game. He's said it before. He needs those carries. He's not a split carries back kind of guy. He needs that to get the momentum, to get going. And so I think that's part of it. When you're behind all the time, you're not running the ball. Derrick Henry's not going to have 22 carries a game, right?
Can't.
You can't. So that's part of it. And then also I think on top of it, it's the offensive line and the struggles there to actually open up holes and give him any kind of leeway. So I'm not ready to say that he has taken a step back. I know Greg Cosell felt that it was 2 weeks ago. Felt that maybe he didn't hit the home run when he could have.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to say that because I think there's so many other factors in play calling and offensive rhythm and all of that, and quarterback, changes that play into it.
So you were mentioning how many carries do you think that Derrick Henry needs to have? Did you say 18 to
20?
Okay, so you said you said 18 to 20ish. Here are the games this season that Derrick Henry has had 18 plus carries. Yesterday against Carolina, 76 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns.
Win.
A couple of weeks ago against Atlanta, 22 carries, 101 yards.
Win.
Against Cincinnati this season, 22 carries, 122 yards, and 1 touchdown.
Win.
And against the Chargers, 25 carries, 80 yards, and a touchdown.
Win. And you're also not behind early, so you're able to run the ball. And that is the key for the Titans is you have to be able to run the ball to open everything else up.
That is huge.
I mean, that's key for any team.
Yeah, without question. I think that's part of it.
But Derrick Henry is give me more carries and let me get going and let guys make business decisions in the second half.
Business decisions. Business decisions are being made in college football, Babsy.
Holy moly, are they?
It's going down in college football.
We're going to talk about all these coaching changes and what's going on. Let's hit on the Mark Stoops, Texas A&M, Mike Elko drama with Chris Lowe.
Yeah.
Chris Lowe of ESPN, he is on next with us here on 3HL. We are live from A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. Come see us. Come say hi. We're in Cool Springs.
What up, y'all?
All right, listen up, all of you Black Friday shoppers out there. You appreciate a little extra jingle in your wallet during the holidays, don't you? Absolutely. I know I do. Maybe you need to buy a last-minute gift for someone you left off your shopping list, or you want to buy yourself something that you wanted but didn't get later. That is why you should check out the Xfinity Mobile Black Friday sale. Now, all the way through December 5th, new customers, you can get a free line of unlimited intro mobile for 2 years with Xfinity Fast Internet. That's over $1,000 in savings, y'all. Plus, see how you can save even more with up to $800 off an eligible 5G phone. Now's your chance to get connected to the fastest mobile service with 5G cellular and millions of Wi-Fi hotspots. Join the millions who have switched to one of the fastest growing mobile services. Now, this offer, it's not going to last. Go to Xfinity.com/Black Friday sale. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra, subject to change after promo. Regular rates apply to service. Actual internet speeds vary. Xfinity Mobile requires Xfinity Internet. Reduced mobile speeds after 20 gigabytes of usage. Data thresholds may vary.
Welcome back into 3HL right here on 104.5 The Zone. A whole lot going on, man. So we got to get into it with the one and the only Chris Lowe, senior sports writer for ESPN. CeeLo, what's going on, man? All this business, new deals, coaching carousel. We talk about the transfer portal for the players. Coaches carousel going to look a little bit like that, ain't it, this year?
Ron Slay in the pilot seat today. I like it, man. Flip it up a little bit.
Hey, listen.
Holding it down.
Let me tell you what this is like, CeeLo. This is like when your parents go into the grocery store and they leave the keys in the car, tell you don't touch nothing. This is me just driving around the parking lot. That's all.
He's such a lot of stuff.
Don't be alarmed.
So you don't have it on autopilot. That's good to hear.
That's rolling.
No, it's crazy, man. You got the portal, as you said. You got guys already entering the portal. You've got coaches. You say, you know, A&M's got a new coach. Mississippi State's got a new coach. Other jobs, Houston. I think Willie Fritz is in play. Certainly at Houston from Tulane, he's done a great job. And still waiting to hear, you know, if anything else shakes open. I have a hard time believing Jim Harbaugh will be at Michigan next year. You know, so there's another potential job opening. So and there's always going to be at least one more that we don't see coming until maybe sometime next month. Somebody retiring or somebody going to the NFL or who knows. But it's that time of year, man. And I think coaches, you know, with signing date now being a week or two in December, and you're getting ready to play, you know, bowl games, the playoffs, and you have the portal that's now open. For coaches, it's just, you know, it's head spinning, Slay, as you pointed out, man. You got a lot going on, and that's why, you know, when you talk to guys who've gotten out of the game, coaches who just decided, you know what, it's time to get out. It's because there's so much more to it now, and there's so much more so many more balls in the air you got to juggle. You got 4, 5, 6 balls you're juggling at the same time, and it's critical, man. You got to get your roster management down. Everybody talks about, you know, signing date and NIL is a big target. Like right now with coaches, and I had a chance to talk to Josh Heupel about this last week, it's managing your roster. Who's leaving? You know, who's trying to leave that you're trying to not let them leave or trying to keep? And then who can you go get in somebody else's roster who's in the portal that you can sort of bring in guys and plug holes, you know, key positions. For instance, I think Tennessee is going to really have to work the portal pretty well in the offensive line for next year. They got to bring in at least a couple guys that they think can step in and play right away.
No doubt. Chris, I want to jump in on this Mark Stoops, Texas A&M, Mike Elko, everything that went on, because I'll tell you, after my game on Saturday, I had a late game, and I was back at the hotel room up until like 1 a.m. in the morning just refreshing Twitter and seeing what was going on, because Mark Stoops was going to be the Texas A&M head coach, and then there was a very Schiano-like reaction to it from Texas A&M's fan base, and now all of a sudden Mike Elko is the head coach there. What do you know about what all went down? And I know you have a great relationship with Stoops too.
Yeah, it's you know, it was back in the day. It was referred to as Schiano Sunday. Is that right?
Yes, it was. Saturday. And it was a Schiano show.
Very similar, Dawn. I mean, it's a good call. I mean, I think he was the guy that the chancellor there wanted. I talked to Mark late Saturday night. He definitely talked to A&M. He definitely was interested. And I think what happened is you had influential boosters, fans. You had regents, one board regent in particular, who just put their foot down and said that's not going to happen. Now, does that sound familiar? And it didn't happen. And I think Mark was. I don't know how far down the road they were. I mean, you've heard all sorts of different reports. What I do know is when I talked to Mark late that night, he was not interested, not going, not going to happen, staying in Kentucky. You know, and sometimes things happen to all of us that probably we didn't see at the time, but when you get back down the road, you look back and say, maybe that's the best thing that happened. So maybe that's the best thing that happened for Mark Stoops, maybe for A&M. They bring in Elko, who was on the staff, which, you know, ironically was brought there by Jimbo Fisher to be Jimbo Fisher's defensive coordinator. And now he's the guy after a couple of years at Duke. It's every school like an A&M, a Tennessee, a Georgia, an Ohio State, a Michigan, those types of schools all think that they should have any coach they can get, that they're going to be lining up at their door. You know, Bill Parcells and Newt Rockney and, you know, Tom Landry. Of course, I'm being facetious. Nick Saban. But that's not the case. You know, it just doesn't work that way. It's harder and harder to get an established head coach at a place that he's comfortable and a place that he's making a lot of money. You know, Mark Stoops was making about $8.5 million.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's paid, you know, he's making Ron Slay type money. He's making good money.
And they've upgraded his facilities.
Yeah, and they've upgraded everything, facilities, and he likes working for Mitch Barnhart a lot. I know that for a fact. So, you know, however else, you know, whatever side, you know, the story, the truth is typically in the middle, as you guys know. I think at the end of the day, it wasn't going to work. And now Elko's their guy, and we'll see if he can deal with what's a pretty dysfunctional place right now at A&M. And if he can sort of bring everybody together, get everybody on the same page. Ultimately, the thing that does that the quickest is what? Win a lot of ball games against the teams that count.
Absolutely. So you got so how surprised are you with the job the new head coaches have done coming into situations, and how much does that help in a situation like Hugh Freeze coming back to the SEC, going to Auburn, Ole Miss, Elko going to Texas A&M, like the people with these SEC ties going back. How impressed were with what you saw happen down there on the plains in Auburn?
Yeah, well, I was there Saturday night, Dawn, and I think they're still.
Yes, that's right. That's right. See, CeeLo got a lot of hoop game in his jeans. I just threw this one off the backboard for CeeLo right here and let him do what he will.
Dawn, I'll tell you this: as I made my way through the stands to the field after that game, let's just say there were a lot of people with their heads down and puddles of tears there in the stands there. That was there were a lot of people that sat there for 10, 15, 20 minutes after the game just sort of staring.
Yeah.
To have that
like
happen.
How did that happen?
Yeah, exactly. How in the world? You could run that play 200 more times and it wouldn't happen like that.
Right.
And, it was a great throw. It was a great throw, great catch. But, how do you rush two and let a guy get to the side of you it just – just sort of, I'm sure Hugh Freeze is asking that same question right now. But it was almost for you see those type of plays from the Bama perspective, and you start to wonder, is it just meant to be for Alabama this season when something that miraculous happens? Now they got Georgia this weekend. Slay, I don't think they're a better team than Georgia, but I think they're capable of beating Georgia. And certainly the way Jalen Milroe is playing right now.
Yeah.
And Georgia, I think, has held out a couple guys this past week to make sure they're healthy. Brock Bowers, in particular, to be healthy against Bama this weekend in Atlanta. But no, to answer your question, I think it's hard to assess coaches. This is Hugh Freeze's first year after just 1 or even 2 years in the SEC. Now, in Billy Napier's case at Florida, he's going to have to win big next year. He won't be there for year 4. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I think Freeze gets a little bit of a mulligan. Because they played, their 2 biggest games this year, you could make a case that, that they could have won them both.
Right.
Georgia, there on the plains, and then Alabama on the plains the other night. So they were competitive with 2 of the best teams in the country, with a roster that they probably shouldn't have been competitive with them. They will get better. He'll recruit better. That roster will look better next year than it does right now. They'll find a quarterback. So I thought they were competitive in some big games. It just was they were so awful the week before against New Mexico State in an embarrassing loss. That's sort of what, they're going to remember that. They're going to remember 4th and 31 against Alabama during the offseason.
I don't want to remember it. I want to be done with it. So you mentioned quarterback. Obviously, Auburn needs one. I am fascinated, CeeLo, by what this transfer portal at the quarterback position already looks like and is going to continue to look like in the next couple of weeks. This is just unprecedented.
And it'll be probably multiplied every year, especially at that position, Dawn. You're going to see quarterbacks that leave for all sorts of reasons. they want to go win a championship or think they can win a championship, like Sam Hartman last year left Wake Forest. He graduated from Wake, got his degree, goes to Notre Dame. Some guys don't like the coach that's coming in. They don't like the system. They feel like that if they go elsewhere that there's better receivers around them. I mean, today, you got a kid at Baylor leaving. You got Will Rogers leaving from Mississippi State. You got Kansas State guy. And there'll be more and more as we go on. And some of them will be surprising. Some of them you'll look at and you'll say, well, why is he leaving?
Yeah.
And there's all sorts of reasons for it. Bottom line is they have the green light to leave. They can go play immediately and restart their clock. They like the system. They like the offensive coordinator. It really is free agency is what it's become. And I think it does. Some people hate it. Some people love it. But it's pretty fascinating to look at the way college football has been reshaped now by the transfer portal and specifically quarterbacks. I mean, you look at the playoff, the potential of who may be in the playoff. Bo Nix at Oregon was a transfer quarterback. Michael Penix Jr. at Washington was a transfer quarterback. You can go on and on and on. And I think that's sort of the way of the world right now in college football.
Don't you have to think for a second? I don't know what his thoughts are. The young kid from West Tennessee that went to Alabama, backup.
Ty Simpson.
Ty Simpson.
Yeah.
It looks like that's Milroe's job. I don't see why it wouldn't be. And for sure they're going to go.
And he's
Saban's
sophomore?
going to recruit. Yeah, Saban's going to recruit some more. So, man, Auburn, like Babs just
Ty
said.
Simpson look at transferring?
Would he knock on Auburn's door?
Well, I think Ty Simpson will transfer because he's a good enough player. He's going to want to go play somewhere.
Right.
And Alabama's got one of the top dual threat quarterbacks in the country coming in next year.
Wow, yeah.
I mean, so they're always going to have – those type schools are always going to have great players coming in. And players don't – they're a ball or slay, just like in hoops. You don't run from competition, man.
Yeah.
But it's not like basketball. It's not like the receiver position in football or secondary where you have multiple guys on the field. There's one quarterback who can play. And that's why now more than ever you're going to see guys like that who have talent, like a Ty Simpson, are going to probably look to go elsewhere. And even Jalen Milroe, I mean, as much as he's transformed, and I got a big piece coming out on him, spent a bunch of time with him earlier in the week, tomorrow, I can promise you that they got another kid there on campus who was a freshman this year that they really like. They're bringing in another one coming this coming year. As I said, one of the top 3 or 4 quarterbacks in the country. So at that position, man, it's going to move quickly and swiftly because if a guy thinks, hey, you know what, I'm probably not going to win this job or they're bringing this guy or that guy, guys aren't going to stay around anymore. Think back to when Jalen Hurts was at Bama as a freshman in 2016. Yeah. He led Alabama to the national championship game that year. And they lost. But guess who came in? Guess who they recruited that offseason to come in? Tua Tagovailoa. Mm-hmm. I don't know that you're going to see that as much anymore. Guys are going to try to go somewhere where they think they can step right into play. And then if they go somewhere and it doesn't work out, or they bring somebody else in, or you're benched for part of the year, then they're going to look to go elsewhere.
God, so much talent at Alabama. You talk about guys wanting to go elsewhere and transfer portal and all that. Looking at Colorado, it's a big story right now with how many players are decommitting right now. Is something going on with Prime? Is that just because he said Shedeur Sanders is coming back? What does it have to do with why so many players decommitting right now from Colorado?
Well, I mean, I think it's part of what we just talked about. I still think that Deion, when he walks in to a living room or when he calls, there's going to be that effect that not really no other coach in college football can match because of who he is, his playing career and his charisma. And they did tail off this year. They weren't nearly as good a football team, I think, as they were touted to be the first couple of weeks of the season. I had my doubts all along because I knew that he just didn't have the roster. Even though he completely overhauled that roster, man, that's hard to do and have a really good, consistent football team that's got the kind of continuity you need. I do think, though, Dawn, that he's going to get he's going to win some recruiting battles, and he's going to go get some guys in the portal. And there'll be some guys that leave. There'll be some guys that for whatever reason don't want to play for him, or they don't want to sort of go through some of the things you're going to have to go through there. But I bet you he wins more battles than he loses. He will get players that want to play for him and his system, and that they just want to play for Deion.
Hottest seat that's on fire right now, but we haven't seen any movement. In your thoughts, CeeLo?
I think Brian Kelly at UCLA. I would have thought if they were going to fire him, though, they would have done it today.
After that
or yesterday
game. God.
Yeah. Chip Kelly. I said Brian. I think didn't. Chip Kelly at UCLA. I would have thought they were going to do it. Ron had already done it, but yeah, I know that they were already. The patience was wearing thin out there, but that's a weird job. I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever been out there to see a game, but they've had good teams. They're there in LA. They should be able to recruit well. They're getting ready to go into the Big Ten. But man, you go to some of those games, the Rose Bowl, and I love the venue. I mean, you go to the Rose Bowl, and there's no better venue to watch a football game anywhere. But gosh, you may go there for some games, and there's 30,000 people in a 100,000 seat venue, and it's like you're playing a football game in an airplane hangar times 10. There's no environment, so it's a hard. Students don't go to the games.
Yep. No, because it's not easy to get to.
Yeah. If you're in Westwood, they're on campus, and you're trying to get over to Pasadena, it might take you 2 hours. You might could get from your house, Slay to downtown Nashville, quicker than you can get from Pasadena to Westwood.
Easily, yep.
Yeah. No, I remember I worked a week 0 game there and left like 5 hours before kick to make sure that I was there in time. Crazy.
Yeah, so they have improved some facilities and spent some money there, but when you look at what the new look Big Ten looks like now, I don't know where that job ranks, but I know there is some restlessness there on campus with Chip Kelly and the fact that they just haven't made much of a push to be a perennial top 20 type team.
All right, CeeLo, on the way out, I have to ask you about Indiana because I am married to an IU grad who was just jumping for joy that there are a lot of good quality coaches out there for this IU job, and he went through a list of about 50 totally. I'm like, I don't care, but he cares. So who's going to take – I think what people don't realize is how good the facilities are at IU and all of that. But what kind of job is that? What are they looking at head coaching-wise?
Well, you're right. They have done a better job of sprucing up facilities. But I think, Dawn, now that facilities are probably second on the chart of what kids are looking at. They're looking for NIL. They're looking for what our buddy Randy Moss said, straight cash. They're looking for deals. And what does your collective look like? How much money do you have in your collective? Can you play that game in Indiana or at least get close, that Ohio State and Michigan and Penn State can play? I'll tell you who I really like, and I think a guy that is going to be in play at several places. I mean, certainly Jason Candle at Toledo will be a guy. I like Ryan Grubb, the offensive coordinator at Washington. He was in play as an OC several places last year. Be a guy that I think would be on their list, and a guy that's going to be a head coach somewhere. He just is. It's Willie Fritz at Tulane is another one. I think Fritz's top choice though would be Houston with Dana Holgorsen getting fired. But there's some good names out there, and I do think it's probably more attractive that job is than some people have made it out to be. And it's but it's not. Hey, the Big Ten just got harder. With Oregon and Washington and SC headed that way, so it won't be easy. Barry Odom's another one. Barry Odom has coached, did a really good job at Missouri. Sort of got pushed out, got a raw deal, but he's done a fabulous job at UNLV this year. I mean, UNLV's got a chance to win a conference championship, and that program was in the tank when he got there.
He's a good coach.
Yeah, one other name I'll throw at you is John Sumrall at Troy. who
Oh,
would
yeah.
have been in play at Kentucky had Stoops gone to A&M. I think Kentucky would have probably hired John Sumrall. And he's another one at Troy who's done a super job.
Yeah, they're playing in their conference championship this weekend. All right. Should be good. Thank you, Chris Lowe. We
Appreciate it,
always
Mo.
appreciate your time. I know you are busy this time of year.
No, it's good to be with you guys always. And have a great week. Tell Brent I said that he needs to get off the golf course.
That's right. That's right. All right. Thanks, CeeLo. There you
Appreciate it,
go.
Lo.
ESPN's Chris
See you guys.
Lowe. Follow him on Twitter at CeeLo ESPN, and always has great information. You want to hear things before they happen? Listen to our segments with Chris Lowe.
Yeah,
no doubt.
You might have just picked up on the nugget right there on that one.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You got a piece coming out on Jalen Miro real soon.
Yep. Go read it.
Keep your eyes open.
There you go. All right, this is 3HL on 104.5 The Zone. We're back to wrap up the show from A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa right after this. Stick around. Cold out there. Maybe your windows are leaking air and you need new windows. Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville is who you need to call. That's who I called, and they're the best. Pella, rated #1 by Nashville homeowners for highest quality. That was based on a 2022 survey of leading window brands among homeowners. Good stuff there. Rated #1 for highest craftsmanship, for most trusted window brand, #1 for innovation, and also voted as the leading window brand here in Nashville. I can agree with all of that. Maybe you need new windows and you're not all excited about spending money on new windows. Maybe you want to spend your money elsewhere, but you know it has to be done. I get it. That's where I was. And you might be surprised to learn how affordable replacement windows are from Pella Windows and Doors and how much they help. You will definitely see it with winter coming. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville giving you 50% off qualifying installations and no money down, no interest, no payments for 12 months. Now is a great time to go ahead and call Pella. They're the best. Schedule a free consultation. Check out their limited time special offer, PellaNashville.com. Welcome back in 3HL 104.5 The Zone, live from A Moment's Peace, Salon and Day Spa on this Victory Monday. Happy Monday to all of you. It is pitch dark out there as you're driving home, and it's cold, and it's... But you know what? This. I know, I can't end on this, but you know what? I am at a wonderful smelling spa. So seriously, want to say thanks to Kip and A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa for having us out. We love our trips here, and they are amazing. If you want to be a hero for a gift giving thing, Hunk knows. He made his wife very happy when he bought her a massage, but you can get a gift card here, and actually they can take care of everything. You just walk in and say, hey, I want you to gift this to Tori and handle it because I'm busy.
Concierge piece.
You love concierge.
I love saying
that word. Seriously, you can walk in with a list of 5 people and say, I want this one to have $25. I want this one to have 500, whatever. And they will physically call that person for you and set everything up and say, hey, this is from Hunk and he loves you. Merry Christmas. There you go. They're awesome here. A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. Give them a call or go to their website, amomentspeace.com. Glad that they had us out. Hunk?
Yes.
Slay is off. He is off to do basketball things, so he had to go catch a flight. So I want to know what you were doing during the Iron Bowl.
I'll tell you what I wasn't doing. That was throwing anything. I didn't throw anything. I'd like to thank my beautiful wife for that, as a matter of fact.
What, that's a win?
That's a win because...
Let me just remind people that your wife is a Bama fan.
She is a Bama fan. So the way that Saturday...
I love her except for that.
I know, and me too. Is when I did the plus and minus of Maringer, that was on the minus.
Yeah.
So, but what happened is Saturday night, we're cooking dinner. The game's going on. My wife's all mad because Alabama's losing. So she's like, I'm just going to go cook dinner. And Dawn, you know this. There are just some nights with your toddler that they just want to be held. They just want to be held.
It happens.
So my daughter, every time my wife would put her down, she'd start crying. So when she started going cooking, she's like, here, hold the baby. You hold her and go watch the game. Well, again, Auburn's winning. So I'm like, all right, fine by me. I'm sitting there and I'm doing it. 4th and 31 happens. 4th and 31 happens.
Wait, are you still holding the baby?
And I'm holding the baby. And I look at my wife and I say, take the baby. Take the baby. She goes, nope, not taking the baby. I said, I'll take the baby. She goes, nope, not taking that baby because I know what you'll do if you don't have the baby in your hands. This is not my first rodeo. This is not my first Auburn blown lead. This is not my first blown Iron Bowl.
It's happened before.
She made me hold the baby.
So you wouldn't throw anything else.
So I would not throw anything else. I wouldn't throw anything. So I just sat there and I just raged. Eyes just bloodshot with anger. But it's all my wife's. It's all because of my wife. But I thank her for that.
She's a smart woman.
Mike Vrabel Show coming up next.
Sure is. Yes. Make sure to stay tuned here. We appreciate you guys. Mayor will be back tomorrow.
Yes.
We'll have Jim Wyatt on. We'll talk a lot of Titans. We'll talk Tennessee Vols. We'll talk all these coaching changes. Please join us. It'll be a fun time. I'm Dawn Davenport. He's Joe Hunk. This is 3HL. See ya.
No 3HL After Party. Still brought to you by Waikin 180.